Well, I took a different way out to the Oregon coast here. I cut off above Longview, Washington, crossed over the Columbia and headed towards Rainier, Oregon. And from there, we're now on Highway 6 west, going to Highway 26, which will take us out to Tillamook, Oregon. This is a little turnoff here. Got some signs here about a huge forest fire. Must have been many years ago because there's nothing to look at but a forest. It's all grown back. Well, let's go over here and look at what this says. Give you an idea of where the heck we're at. Here's a map of the Tillamook State Forest. And that is the highway we're on, Highway 6 west. We're going to head all the way down to Tillamook, Oregon. Right now we're at Gales Creek Overlook. You can see that there. And you can see there's many points of interest here, probably from the pioneers in that. Homesteads, camps, creeks of all type. We're just following this ravine and the creek out to Tillamook. So that's pretty neat. Here's an idea of like where the heck we are in Oregon. You can see it there. The green is the Tillamook State Forest. We're just below Seaside and we're heading towards Tillamook. In the past, I've gone all the way down through Oregon, across the Columbia, cut off, headed west on the 26th, which would take me just below Seaside, then I'd travel further down. But this time we're just taking our time going a different direction. So that's pretty darn nice. And despite the weather forecast, which calls for rain, it's a beautiful warm day. Well, I gotta get back to the girls. They're doing really well on the trip. There's the girls, right down there in the aisleway. Where are you at, Spirit? Spirit's right here. But they'll stay right down here between the seats, so they'll go way in the back and lay on the couch. So, we're heading to Tillamook, and our first stop for the night. Let's go! Well, we finally made it to Tillamook. We're at the Blue Heron Cheese Factory here on the coast. My favorite place I always stop in, going north or south on 101. The girls are having a great time. It's a bit breezy here after we got out of the hills, and it certainly smells like a barnyard here. They've got a petting zoo and some other areas. They've continually improved this over the past several years that I've been coming up and down the Oregon coast. Well, Ember brought her bone out. Spirit is just inspecting everything out here. I'll let these guys roam around for a while, and then I'm going to go in and get my Ruban sandwich I always get when we come through this part of Oregon. The girls are behaving really well. And, oh, this will be our first night on our little trip. This place is great with the huge grassy field to park on. It's great, especially if you have dogs. This is a lot different years ago when they had just a small gravel lot and a small patch of grass that when it got wet and muddy you couldn't get the hell out of there. You were just like slick as snot trying to spin your wheels. So they've improved continually over the past 10 years. It's really been great. The girls are having a good time. They're going in and out on their leashes, getting their bones and bringing them out, laying in the grass in the sun, chomping down on them. This place is pretty unique because it has some very odd, old type of vehicles, even a miniature small train of some type that probably worked in the logging yards around here once. So I'll show you those as I walk up to the main building and look around. I always get some of their delicious spreads and jellies, and they have some fabulous foods here. And also they have wine tasting, which is very good. They've got a new area over here that they fixed up for people who want to picnic and play games in a nice little picnic area. It's pretty windy right now, but this is some of their upgrades they've done over the past years. That building across the way there used to be an art gallery once. The last time I was down here, it was a candy shop. I'm not sure what it is now. It's all closed off. There we have the main building and the picnic tables and that out in here. As we walk through, you'll see all the delicious foods and the wine cellar they have and wine tasting, and they've got everything pretty well tied up in a nice location. I love this place. They've changed things quite a bit here. Before the plague, they had dozens and dozens of tasting bowls for all their jams and dips and crackers and everything. But since then, everything's had to be put away. Changing times. So let's just walk around. Got all kinds of meats and cheeses here. All kinds of crackers. Well, they still have tasting here, but it's no comparison to what they used to have in the good old days before the plague hit. People went insane. They used to have pieces of cheese, hundreds more different types than this. This is a sad remnant of what they once had. So I think I'm going to go down and do some wine tasting. Here's the wine tasting bar. I'll get a flight, see what I like.
15 years ago when I was not.
So these are the 5 I chose to taste. I have a white, which is a Vinte Springs Pinto Gris, and a red one, which is a Portlandia Pinto Noir, and then the fruity wines, the Airfield Moscato, and the Sylvan Ridge Early Moscato, and the Mango Moscato. All the fruity wines are absolutely delicious. The red wine I almost choked on, and the white wine is a little too dry for me. So I'll be getting 1 bottle of the fruity wine. I just have to decide which one I want. The 3 fruity wines, the Airfield Moscato has a slight bite to it. The Sylvan Ridge Early Moscato has a cider-like taste to it. And the Mango Moscato is the sweetest, I think, and fruitiest. And I think I'll be getting a bottle of that. Here's the deli where you can order your meals. Even stuff for the kids of all types. So I think I'm gonna grab me some chips here and order my Ruban. And here's my Ruban. Looks like they're using a different type of bread this time, and it's not as drizzly as before. That's to be expected. Every place, everyone is cutting back on everything. So when you travel, remember how things are now, because they won't be that way again when you travel and see them again. Things never go back to the way they were. It's their petting zoo area. Every time I've come down here over the past decade, they've continually improved it, building structures for the animals to climb up and play on. Turn around here, they got 3 places to plug in your electric car, if you have an electric car, and a giant heron sculpture. And out there in that huge grassy area is the parking area for harvest hosts that come to visit. You can buy some grub here to feed the critters. We got baby goats, lambs of all sizes and ages. And I think that's a llama up there. Well, it's our first night on our first little trip here. You can tell the girls just zonked right out. They're used to sleeping in here now. And the weather forecast says it's going to rain pretty heavy, pretty bad for the next 2 days. So I expect waking up to some cold, damp weather. But, oh, yeah, everything's working great. We had a very nice day today to drive down, and a Ruban sandwich, and the girls ate their meals and had their little snacks and played outside a lot, met some new dogs, and everything went real well. So tomorrow we're off to another location, another interesting place to visit, and I hope you guys will follow along on this journey. So we're about ready to turn in. It's calmed down. The wind's died down now. It's not rocking the boat like a cradle. And I think I wore the dogs out today, believe it or not. So we'll, I guess, say goodnight. And well, it's a cloudy, cool morning here at Blue Heron. We've gotten up at 5:30 and let the dogs out, got some exercise. They've been trying to chase these birds, but they can only go so far in their leash. So we've had our coffee and our muffin and watching a little TV, waiting to leave here. Our next destination is just a short drive away, so we're in no hurry to leave here. And it's not cold, it's cool. And it rained last night for a short time. Raindrops big enough to wake us up when it hit the roof. But yeah, after all these weeks of nice weather, of course it's gonna rain on our first trip. So I hope you guys will hang in there and follow us as we go to our next destination and explore on the way. Yeah, we got some cloud bursts every once in a while. Great way to start another day. But I just saw the forecast for Oregon and the Oregon coast, and yeah, I got to put up with about 2 or 3 days of this. But when we return and head back up the coast, they claim it's going to be in the low to mid 80s. So that's okay. If we can end this trip on a better note, weather-wise, all the better. The girls are doing great. They're listening to me, and we're having a great time so far. So we got another couple hours here before I feel like leaving. So we're gonna sit back, listen to the rain, watch the news, and just play. We'll catch up with you later. You dropped your bone. This is how we usually travel on these trips, unless I need the couch up and the table out to work on the computer, edit videos or such. But we're pretty laid back, pretty minimalistic, and we'll leave the couch down like this for most of the trip. Gives the dogs a nice place to lay out while we're driving, and then I can just go back there and flop if I want to. So this way I'm not putting the bed up and down and tearing everything apart. I only do that when I need it. What are you looking for? Yeah, there's that cubby hole underneath it when I got it down, especially when I put the board across where her back is poking up and the extra cushions on there. They have a nice little cave to play in and sleep in. So they enjoy themselves. What you doing? Oh, you're going to check it out too? So, whoop, I got the wire in the picture. Ha! Yes, guys. I know. It's raining and they want to go out. So, oh well. It's hard to keep a little place like this clean But then it's just me and the dogs. Oh, still, I seem to be taking too much crap with me. I gotta really thin out what I need, what I use, and the things I keep bringing that I never use, because I end up doing fine with what I had to start with, and I didn't need all the extra stuff. So, yeah, I gotta even thin down my list even more stuff to take. It makes it a whole lot easier trying to find it, even though this little space is so compact. It's amazing how you can just misplace or lose things when you pack too tight and they're not easily accessible. I just got to get out and live, and I'm sure a lot of you out there feel that way. And like they say, you know, if you're waiting for the right time, well, you'll soon learn that right time never comes, that you've wasted that much of your life waiting for the right time. The right time is now, you know. So consider that.